A weird place for us to start an episode, YouTube, but I've witnessed the best half of football anyone has played in the FM26 beta. We are 5-0 up against a pretty decent Newcastle side in 40 minutes, and this 4-3-3 tactic may be the answer to us winning the lot this season with Liverpool. We're going to continue on with the Let's Play. We got Manchester City today, but I'm going to show you all 5 goals in just a second. Yes, welcome back to another episode here, YouTube. It is great to be with you. As always, if you could give it a like and subscribe to the YouTube channel, it would be brilliant. Hit that notification bell as we are currently live. We've actually been live for approaching the 4-hour mark, as you guys can see. Just there, probably next to my face. These are the goals, as promised, and I just wanted to highlight the ball movement. We have changed nothing in the tactic, just you can get some really good play where possible. As you can see, a good ball out here to Isak, and then just beating people. And have a look at this, Hugo Ekitike, what a move, just outside of the foot, turn, bang, finish, goal. Outrageous from Hugo Ekitike to make it 1-0. Unfortunately, I have to play on 1 speed because of the graphic issues that I do have. For those that do not wonder, I have to play on balance because I get overpowered GPU. My GPU is 7 years old. I am actually buying an upgraded graphics card in the coming days so we can play on max graphics again. Skip the replay here and address the team. Can we see the goals from this menu as it's going to break the game? Might break the game. I'm a little worried. I have seen a lot of crashes and I'm 5-0 up in our best half. Well, we'll just stick with this highlight. It'll probably be us conceding. And, or maybe us scoring and making it 6. But yeah, we've scored some goals. Maybe I'll give you one of the others, which was well, Salah scored a good goal and Wirtz assisted a good goal, as Wirtz could have maybe made it 6-0, as you guys can see. We've been utterly dominant is what I'm trying to say. I just want to give you guys some of these goals because it's been an outrageous first half. I do put all the live streams in a playlist by themselves, so if you ever want something to fall asleep to, by all means, I think it's this goal here. Like, look at us win the ball. And then look at this build-up play. Now, Wirtz and Szoboszlai just quick picked, and they were switched around. Wirtz playing on the right attack, central midfielder. It's been pretty good. Anyway, look at this. Good build-up play. First time cross. Finally, we've had someone cross the ball instead of stopping on the touchline. And it's worked. I'm over the moon with that. Been fantastic. And we've utterly carved up Newcastle, which has been really good. But yet again, usually what's been happening is they will get the ball in this position and put their foot on it and then like try and spin through 3 people, cross and everyone be in the 6-yard box and it's a kerfuffle and it falls to someone. But that's an actual proper goal, which I'm pretty proud of. I think it is Ekitike's goal here that was pretty good as well. Perfect, thank you, Mum. Which is also not too bad. Obviously, this hasn't gone as seamlessly as like FM, but see us play out, find the channel midfielder in space, and then have a look at this. Isak just going on a run, muscling his way through, and then cuts it into Hugo Ekitike. It's a pretty nice goal as well. But like the transition by having your back four staying, not getting out of position, winning the ball, you're able to play into your midfielder really quick. It's really nice to see. Anyway, I'm going to stop boring you with this. I'll see you guys for the Manchester City game in just a second. League table on screen for your viewing. And as you can see, we are back top of the tree by 2 points. Arsenal drew recently to Nottingham Forest when we've been on a pretty good run of form, and that has seen us go back into the ascendancy. Arsenal only losing the 1 game all year this year with 5 draws and beating me home and away. Saying that, if you didn't watch last episode, we absolutely dominated at the Emirates, to be fair. We, though, have got the most wins in the league. 20 wins, 1 draw, and 3 losses means that we have got more points, even though we've lost more games. We are currently in a pretty good spot. We're feeling pretty good with the team. Couple of miscellaneous things to talk about. First thing is, I think we encountered a glitch. Andy Robertson, we tied to a new deal because he's running out of a contract in 6 months, wanted to keep him around. Didn't ask for any promises. He's now upset that we didn't sign a left back that would have replaced him from starting even though he wants to be a regular starter. So he wanted me to go get another left back while we have Kirkers and him at the club and Joe Gomez that can play left back, centre back, and right back. Makes no sense. Then wasn't part of the thing. He's now requesting to leave. I'm still going to play him because we're only doing one season of our Let's Play to try and win the lot, unlike Arne Slot. So that's one thing. The other thing is Kanate, I think I mentioned it briefly, purposely wouldn't talk to us for a contract because Madrid wanted him. Got to January and we were then allowed to offer him a contract. Madrid offered him a contract and he's actually selecting to go to Real Madrid. In game, this is actually not particularly good because when you look at him as a centre-back, he's actually pretty decent. He's very good at heading, marking, passing, tackling, and very well-rounded. In real life, this wouldn't be the worst thing that happened to Liverpool because it would force us to actually go get an actual centre-back that is world-class. Kanate is one that just seems to have a brain fart, make mistakes, and is not of the level of Van Dijk. And when you have Kanate and Kirkers in the same back four, you're going to concede a lot of goals, and Paul Van Dijk does not have the best cattle around him in real life. On FM, though, he is pretty damn good, and unfortunately, he is going to join Real Madrid at the end of the season. But luckily for us, we don't have to worry about that, which means we're still going to pick our best 11, and that is this team that did just beat Newcastle 5-0. That's Alisson, Frimpong, Kanate, Van Dijk, Robertson, McAllister playing in the 6, which he actually loves on FM and is pretty damn good. Florian Wirtz and Szoboszlai, they switched around the other way because the quick picked in the game said, yep, and Wirtz looked fantastic. Salah, Isak, and Hugo Ekitike. As you can see from the right-hand side, up until Isak and Hugo Ekitike, everyone's averaging above a 7 moving forward. I'll just let you know Isak's at 7.07 and Ekitike's at 7.12 over the average rating of, I think, the last 5 games, personally. I think that's what it is. But important to note, we're in a really good space, really good form. In terms of the team, in terms of tactics, I definitely recommend don't overcommitting, firstly, with your back four. You saw it with the goal I highlight against Newcastle where we won the ball went straight into Szoboszlai. It's because the back four was already set. I don't mind if you want to have one of your 2 wing backs going on, but do not play an advanced wing back, etc. Because especially if you play with an actual wing back in possession, they're just too far up the field. They don't retreat back further enough. We did that with Chelsea. We got sacked. Second thing is you create the most on the balance mentality. I think it's broken. Every time I switch to attacking in a game, we seem to concede straight away, and your players just don't recover. So balance mentality, making sure that your back four really don't go too beyond. And if you want to have a wing back that bombs on, which Frimpong naturally is a very aggressive wing back, you must have your other fullback on the inverted fullback on defend and just sit in and, tuck inside. Channel midfielders seem really broken as well for player roles, so if you definitely want to go get your best at your midfielder, put them together, channel midfielders with wide forwards, get them combining in these half spaces. It's quite nice to watch. And the channel forward, Hugo Ekitike. Apparently target forward, or is it the target? Yeah, target forward is actually really good as well on the game. Other things about the squad, Van Dijk's one of Real Madrid, no offer came in. We actually rejected 88 million on deadline day from Arsenal for Alisson. Makes no sense because I have David Raya, who is one of the best keepers in the world on this game. In terms of team instructions, best place to look at it is actually just go to all instructions and go in possession. Feel free to pause if you're looking. I don't play with any player instructions or opposition instructions. I have tried it. But yeah, balanced, pass into space, shorter goal kicks, shorter, much higher tempo. Seems to really help. Encourage dribbling and distributing short. And out of possession, for those wondering as well, if I just go back to there and do it that way, we are obviously pressing the short distribution, playing much higher and counter-pressing because we are Liverpool Football Club. That's perfectly fine. You can go forward and counter-press if you keep your back four in line. If you don't keep your back four in line and you go and counter-press, you get caught out. You also can't have too many pressing players to go press because they get destroyed in one pass and it's game over. You need to have 1 or 2 and the rest really holding their shape or tracking back. So a DM that actually just sits in the defensive midfield, couple tracking back wingers, and allow your midfielders to go press, that's not the worst. Anyhow, it's about getting bodies behind the ball and then engaging the opposition in the press when everyone's in a good spot while still looking to counter press. Hopefully, that little tactical breakdown has helped you because I really did struggle yesterday. And for those wondering how many hours I've already played, plus the 4 hours I've been streaming, 27 hours of Football Manager. Just to timestamp this, it's 8:25 p.m. on the 25th. The game came out at 6 a.m. in Australia on the 24th. So we've played a lot of minutes of this game, including a 13-hour and 52-minute stream yesterday. We got to go out there and win, boys. Simple as that. We are playing, obviously, Manchester City at Anfield. A big game. We did beat them in the league 2-1 away from home. We are on the balanced graphics, again, because of my CPU. I might try and play this game on the high graphics because it is for YouTube. I am, as I've mentioned previously, and I'll mention it again, I am getting a new graphics card in the coming days, hopefully even tomorrow, and we can go and get that installed and the game will look pretty smick. Anyhow, away we go. I am going to go into the high graphics because it is a YouTube video. It doesn't lag too much. I find that my 7-year-old graphics card lags after... Well, there we go. There's a glitch, as you guys can see. If you just go into, like, extended and then back to key, it will come back in if that ever happens to you, by the way. Away we go. But, yeah, the game will give me one game, really good gameplay, and then once my CPU's been, my GPU's been sitting at such a high rate, then, yeah, it's in trouble. After its first lag spike, it's like everything runs pretty slow, as Szoboszlai's effort here was never going to go in. It's a pointless highlight, hence why I'm rambling. And it's going to be 0-0. Would I take a draw? Considering that that would mean me and Arsenal go back level on points, maybe because it's one of the games that we could drop. But yeah, possession means jack all in this FM, by the way. With Chelsea, we were averaging like 55-60% possession and copping it, where we have not been like major for possession here at Liverpool. We're currently top. As you can see, slight graphical lag, so I do apologise, but Robertson's sitting in that inverted wing back, and just look at the shape. We might concede, but we've got so many people in and around behind the ball carrier. Isak tracking Bernardo Silva, which is really good. Nico Gomez from distance, and Alisson makes a pretty standard save. Probably could have caught it, because he got two pretty solid hands behind it. And that's going to be a corner that we don't even get to see. 0-0. I do like having the visualizer, by the way, the 2D visualizer. You can really see. It looks like City are on top of us a little bit, but we do have the moment to break, which is fine. Match momentum there for these guys, saying that we are the better side, but I would disagree with that. I also think the XG numbers are a little bit wrong. I've seen some clear-cut chances be like 0.4, and I'm like, that's like a 0.6 chance. And that adds up. Anyhow, goal kick. As you can see, we're looking to prevent the short distribution, which we'll do against City and against anyone else. And Ruben Diaz goes long. Now it's about us winning the ball, and because Robertson is hanging back, we don't get caught out. Hugo Ekitike now finds McAllister. That's a ball and a half to Hugo Ekitike. What a finish. What a goal. This man has been fantastic. And yet again, we force him long, and because our back four isn't over-pressing and sitting in their shape, we win the ball, and then it's just a moment of brilliance, boys. A moment of brilliance from your defensive midfielder. Look at this. McAllister, Hekatike 1-2. What a run. Great camera angle for it. Technical volley into the top bin. We lead 1-0. What a moment. What a goal. Van Dijk now. On the ball. Goes into Florian Wirtz. Should be able to keep it here. Van Dijk finds Isak. Good 1-2 there with Szoboszlai, and what a turn. He gets there. Didn't think he was, and in the end, Donnarumma made himself big. Isak probably should have shot first time and gone across the keeper there, opened his body up. He hasn't been in great form. Ekitike has been fantastic for us this year. Isak has not really done the business, kind of like how he's been going in real life. As you can see from the match stats, we are struggling for possession, which is perfectly fine against Man City, but we are breaking with relative ease on the balance system. Moving the cautious just invites too much pressure on, as they are really looking to not win the ball back, and being on attacking just leaves too much space. Frimpong overcommitted trying to win the header, lost out to Phil Foden and flicks it to himself, and in the end, the cross or shot was deflected, and Alisson will claim. I doubt that is the highlight, though, here. 37 minutes played. We are 1-0 to the good. It was the highlight. Okay, there you go. Thought we were going to get more of that. Moving towards half-time, Mac 10 finds Robbo. Into Van Dijk, Kanate. Look where Frimpong is on that far right-hand side, and Salah should be staying wide and coming inside, which he does right then. Frimpong now finds Salah, who does peel back wide. Beats his man. Great run from Salah. And in the end, he shoots. Donnarumma makes a big save. I think Salah really should have probably just cut that into the 6-yard box. But a corner, which we won't get to see, and a big chance for Salah. And it's still only going to be 1-0 Liverpool. At half-time, we are leading, which is good to see. We're ahead on the scoreboard. I'm very happy with that. 45 minutes left here. And maybe, just maybe, we're going to beat Manchester City here at Anfield. Your match momentum today, looking pretty dominant. Jeremy Doku, ball inside, picked off by Kanate. He's on his way to Real Madrid. Hugo Ekitike, Saboz, Isak, and just look where Kirkus is. Not overcommitting. He's overcommitting a little bit here. Now he's dropping back in as Isak gets beyond him. And saying that, Szoboszlai, what a run. In the end, Donnarumma makes another fantastic save. I was really expecting Kirkus to drop off, but he kind of thought that Isak was there. Again, we don't get to see the corner, which, look, if it's going to be pointless, I actually don't mind that. Been the much better side, though. Can we make it tell? We couldn't against Arsenal. We have at least got the goal here against City. Arsenal last episode, we did dominate like this. Couldn't score past David Raya, who was fantastic. And Arsenal scored their one big moment with Declan Rice. Thankfully, we have scored one today, which was a fantastic goal, it has to be said. 65 minutes played. Just going to have a look if anyone is tired. No one really is, so we're going to just let the boys play. Apparently, Florian Wirtz is shooting too often. I think it's Florian Wirtz. You let him do what he wants. Highlight here. Florian Wirtz. Weird place to start the highlight. Maybe it's City coming on the break because they win the ball. Or they pump it long and Van Dijk will be able to mastermind it. Robertson. Good ball into Isak. Oh, it's Robertson that's there, not Kirkes. My bad. Good header. Ekitike. Oh, my word. That's a bad miss. Speaking of Kirkes, it is Robertson. Just going to go into the combined shape here. We're probably going to get Kirkes in for Robertson. Salah's dead. He always gets tired. I'm going to get Kezia in, like for like. And I'm going to get Rio in for Isak as well, just on the break. A little bit of extra speed here, free changes. And away we go. Might need that second goal while we're dominating. Hopefully, we will find another one. 1.54 XG, underperforming our XG. Hopefully that doesn't hurt us here. Keep calling Robertson Kirkes. Too much watching Kirkes in real life. Robert a much better fullback in real life and on FM. Time is ticking. 84 minutes played. Still not seeing much here, which is perfectly fine. We're marshalling it around. Rio, any good? Rio is fantastic. Rio is fantastic. I don't think I can show him from here. I can. There you go. As you guys can see, the game's ticking. That's how good Rio is. He looks pretty good at a young age. No real highlights in that second half, which I'm over the moon with. We have dominated City. We probably should have scored 2 or 3. Donnarumma had a fantastic game, it has to be said. I don't know if we can see that from here. 7.6. Yeah, without Donnarumma in net, we would have won this game by 3 or 4 goals. At least, unlike Arsenal, we actually got the 3 points and we actually scored. But that is a massive win. That's going to keep us top of the table. That's not going to be the end of the episode, though. Arsenal play tomorrow. So we're going to send the assistant. Off we go. Task is done. Arsenal play tomorrow, and they know they have to win to keep it to 2 points. I have no clue who they're playing. By the way, this is how quick it is to save, which is pretty good. I do have very minimal leagues loaded. Arsenal played Sunderland, and they won 2-1. So, unfortunately, we are back to a 2-point gap at the top of the tree, but we have played a lot of the big teams around us. In terms of next episode, ladies and gentlemen, here for the Let's Play, we have a pretty good run of fixtures, as you can see. Sunderland, Forest, West Ham, Wolves. Spurs are having a really good year, so it's probably going to be Spurs alongside a Champions League game. We are definitely going to give you that run in. Be Spurs alongside a Champions League game, and then that next episode after that will be the Man United, Chelsea, Aston Villa, Brentford sort of run. I'll give you 3 games, this big live comp for the end of the season to see if we win the title. And obviously, we'll fit Champions League in between all of that. And if we make the FA Cup final, if we do, we got Wigan in that, we should be through to the next round. We did beat Everton in the FA Cup. in extra time 2-1. If we do make it to a later stage in the FA Cup, we'll give you that as an episode as well. With that being said, thank you for being here. If you made it through all the ramble, thank you. Give it a like. Subscribe to the YouTube channel. This tactic's really good. Highly recommend you build a 4-3-3. I'll catch you guys next time, and goodbye.